You've seen the ads.
Proposition 61.
Proposition 61.
Prop 61.
And the message,
Voting no.
In voting yes.
is pretty confusing. But what the heavy dosage of media propaganda on Prop 61 does show is that the fight for this measure is far from over. Proposition 61, the California Drug Relief Act, is aimed to lower the cost of prescription drugs. If passed, state agencies like Medi-Cal will be required to set drug prices at no higher than the cost of prescription drugs given to the Department of Veterans Affairs.
California voters have the first chance in a very, very long time to make that kind of drug price gouging stop.
According to leaders for Prop 61, this is to ensure big pharmaceutical companies don't inflate the price of their drugs for consumers.
That kind of carelessness with lives that is endemic in the drug industry. That is why Consumer Watchdog is here supporting Proposition 61.
Yet, many opponents of the measure say this will negatively affect the healthcare industry.
Proposition 61 is just not going to work, and it's not going to benefit Californians.
These opponents include pharmaceutical companies who have already poured about $90 million in funding to the campaign, while supporters of the measure only funded about $15 million.
The drug industry is spending millions to protect billions in profits, and the public is standing up to say no.
But the no side argues against the measure for more than just its effect on drug companies. They argue that the measure will increase Medi-Cal fees for services, increase drug prices for the ADAP program, and increase veteran drug costs by $3.8 billion annually. The Yes campaign argues that none of this will be the case. Supporters say that this would cover prices for programs like Medi-Cal fee-for-service plans and CalPERS, and cut billions of dollars in state healthcare costs. One of the biggest issues Prop 61 will hope to address is the rising cost of the allergy-relieving drug, the EpiPen. While these two EpiPen medications may look the same, the difference may be that this one will cost veterans roughly $183 for a 2-pack, while this one would cost regular consumers about $608 for 2 packs. This is why coalition members are fighting to make sure Proposition 61 lowers the cost for all consumers. But it's not just coalitions against the pharmaceutical companies that are fighting back, but also the families that need these medications the most.
It's not optional. And I really feel for those families that have to leave the pharmacy empty-handed because they can't afford to bring them home.
Veterans like Lamont Duncan, who's featured on this video, say that lowering the cost of prescription drugs for all consumers may adversely affect the affordability of drugs for veterans.
We put our butts on the line for our benefits, and they didn't. It's just that simple.
And while many questions are still being raised as to how much this will really impact the pharmaceutical industry, one thing is for sure. The journey to affordable healthcare continues to be on the move. From Annenberg Media, I'm Gabriella Vidal.